everybody. Welcome back to another Raw Read pop-up. Yes, I'm popping up because this is Thanksgiving, and of course I had to come on through with the Thanksgiving edition of the read. Well, at least the pop-up version of the read. Y'all know it's been a busy day, and I have cooked a lot, and I am full right now. It was delicious. It absolutely was. I am full, and y'all know what I did right after I got through eating. I hit these internet streets. Y'all know I wanted to see what the squatties were talking about. If Meghan would send us a Thanksgiving greeting, what is going on? And of course, yes, she did. She did send a Thanksgiving greeting. Also, I want to talk about what has been going on with Willie here of late. Now, we have seen him spiraling and spinning out, here on these internet streets, but I'm talking about his planning stories. You know, those hate stories that come once every 2 or 3 months, how he hates his brother. We hadn't saw any of that here of late. And you know what? I think I might have found something to explain that. And we're going to talk about that as well. But this right here is what I want to talk about first, because the squatties are reminding us of such a happy day. This was 8 years ago, and it was a happy day. I remember it like it was yesterday when Harry and Meghan announced that they were engaged. I'm going to put this up. And this is a repost of a post from Hello Magazine Canada. And it says, happy engagement anniversary to the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. The couple shared their happy news on November 27, 2017, with Harry expressing his hope that he and Meghan would make the monarchy more relatable to a new generation. Well, they did. They absolutely did. Harry and Meghan brought in all these new eyeballs that would have never paid any attention to that family over there. But unfortunately, with all these new eyeballs, they didn't understand how to handle it. They really thought that they could continue to get away with their nonsense. And they thought that they could treat Meghan like a stray dog looking for a meal. In other words, they thought they could treat her any kind of way. That she had no roots, she wasn't tethered to anything, and nobody was going to care. They thought they could treat her like so many people that they have treated in the past, very harshly, and she would have to take it. They really did. And all I can say is this: they fumbled the bag. They underestimated Meghan's toughness and Harry's love for her. What Harry was willing to do and how far he was willing to go to be with Meghan. He knew he found home in her, and he was not willing to give her up for a family of scorpions, people who have never ever really cared anything about him. Harry felt love for the first time since his mother died, and he was not going for the okie doke. He was not going to be bamboozled into believing that these people really cared about him and he should give up this woman that he loved. So yes, Harry chose the right path, and they absolutely started to do everything they could to destroy this couple. But I digress on that point and just think, if they only had had a little more insight, they would have been able to withstand all of what they have had to come against since Harry and Meghan left. Yes, Harry and Meghan was absolutely being relatable to a new generation. The new generation loved Harry and Meghan, but they could not allow them to go on because of their envy and their jealousy. So here we are 8 years later. Harry and Meghan, they have a beautiful home, beautiful kids, and a beautiful life in the United States. And they're happy. Well, we can't say that for the left behinds. Look what a disaster they have become. And the squatty that posted this from Hello Canada said this: 8 years ago today, Harry and Meghan shared the news of their engagement to the world. Yeah, a very happy day. Little did we know the hell that was going to fall upon this couple. What these people were willing to do in order to destroy them. It has been a ride, hadn't it, Squatties? It has been a ride. But one thing about it, the Squatties have been there since the beginning. And we're going to be there until the end. When they stop, we stop. I'm just saying. And this squatty said 8 years ago today, Harry and Meghan announced their engagement and the roller coaster began. Yes, we were just talking about that. 8 years later, they're happier than ever, have two beautiful children, a lovely home in California, and changed the royal family forever. Where is the lie? Where is it? They are still playing catch up over there. Ever since Harry and Meghan left, they haven't been the same. They haven't been able to regain their footing. They have been in shambles. They have. And this squatty is absolutely telling the truth. And then it finished by saying, nothing will ever be the same again. Where is the lie? These people did this to themselves. They have no one to blame except themselves because they thought they could operate like they have always operated. You know, that same old playbook where the playbook has played out. And look at this. More good news for our girl. It says, congratulations to Megan Sussex on her second retail collaboration. Keep shining. Yes, Meghan has another pop-up, and it's at Soho House. Yes, isn't that where her and Harry met? The one in London? Y'all tell me in the comments. I might be wrong. I don't know, but I think that's the place where they had their first date. Y'all tell me in the comments because I'm not sure, but I think so. And the squatty goes on to say, so excited to introduce as ever official time Soho House. If you find yourself in LA, come visit our as ever pop-up at Solo Home on Melrose Place at 8540 Melrose Avenue, West Hollywood. Yes. I cannot. And it's beautiful, y'all. It is such a beautiful display. And I'm a little confused here. Solo House, that's a club type thing. And Solo Home must be like a store. If y'all know, y'all put it in the comments because it's at Solo Home. So I assume this is a store attached to what the club is. I'm a little confused. So y'all help me in the comments if you know. Is the house Solo House? Is that the club? And Solo Home, that's like a business that's connected to the club? I'm thinking that might be what it is. But if y'all know, put it in the comments. And I'm going to put this up because this particular squatty posted that same post and said this. And the cherry on top is Jan Moore didn't know about this and she will have to pay for one more trip to visit LA. Where's the lie? We all know the one-eyed Cyclops jumped on a plane and flew 5,000 miles, over 5,000 miles, to look at Meghan's products on display at Godmother's bookstore. She did, to absolutely take pictures of it and write a story about nothing. And so I am sure she is booking her plane ticket right now so she can go to Hollywood on Melrose and go and take more pictures of products that she is unable to buy because she looks like she gets her clothes from the thrift shop, and she definitely hasn't spent any money on any corrective glasses. Which that's what she should be worried about instead of Meghan's product. She should be worried about going to an optometrist so she can try to get those eyes straightened up. Yeah, and stop one from looking at you while the other one is looking for you. Cockeyed heifer. That's what my grandmother would say. And look at this. This is Meghan setting everything up herself personally. Yes, she's setting it up herself. And it is so beautiful. I mean, she even have the wines and everything. She did. She came with everything. I wouldn't be surprised all her products was not there. But yes, and the squatty that posted this said, I am so proud of you, Meghan. So am I. So am I. Is it not beautiful? Very, very beautiful. And I got a message from As Ever, and they are having a 20% off everything on the site. I mean, I scurried. When I tell you I scurried over to As Ever, I scurried over to As Ever and got me 2 of the candles, 1 of each scent. Yes, I did, because 20% off, that is like over $12 off on the candle, because the candles are $64. And that is a good bargain. It is. So if it's something that you want to buy, the time is now. 20% off. Oh my goodness. Nobody loves a sale like me. I see 20% off. I see 30% off. I see 15% off. I see them sale signs, and I'm telling you, my blood starts to race. And before I know it, I done spent some money just like I did today. 20% is a pretty good coupon. So if you have been wanting to get something and just have been hesitating about it, well, this is the perfect time. 20% off. Ooh, I'm telling you, it makes my blood race when I absolutely save money. Yeah, so I went over there, and if it's something you've been wanting, go over there and save your 20%. Now, they take it out when you check out, so it's not going to show on the prices of the items, but when you get ready to check out, they'll automatically take it off. So good luck in scoring, and go save you some money, girl. I'm just saying. And also look at this. Meghan emailed out a Thanksgiving message, and it is so sweet. She thanks her customers and just says that she is just so happy that she can be a little part of our celebration. Meghan is just so sweet. And this squatty said a Thanksgiving message from Meghan. And you can go over to, I don't know if she has it on the As Ever website, but if you have ordered anything from Meghan or signed up for the newsletter, you should have it in your email box. So go and check your email, and I'm sure it's there. A beautiful, beautiful message from Meghan. And this particular squatty posted about that message that Meghan sent out. You know, just wishing everybody a wonderful Thanksgiving. Her customers, this squatty says, so sweet of Meghan's Thanksgiving As Ever email sent out for her gratefulness and thoughtfulness for her customers. I am just gonna order something. I love a grateful heart. Me too. Me too. I love a grateful heart. And it says the time she spent to put those words together, reading it in Meghan's voice, baby, I am a double stand for you. Yes, I am too, Meghan. I stand 10 toes down in my defense of Meghan, because she is a good person and she does have a grateful heart. I'm just saying. And of course, the fail had to write about the greeting that Meghan sent out to her customers, not anybody else. And this is what they said. Breaking news. You know what? I never would thought in my wildest dreams that Sending out a Thanksgiving greeting would be breaking news. But they actually put breaking news. It says, breaking news, Meghan's gushing Thanksgiving message, playing a small role in your memories, is not lost on me. See, this is what Meghan said in the newsletter, in the greeting. And I cannot believe they made that breaking news. Now, to my knowledge, it wasn't negative or anything like that. They did call it gushing, but it's not gushing, it's gratefulness. I know it's hard for them to tell the difference. These people are ridiculous. And the squatty that posted this said, chill the F out. It's just a newsletter. The UK media is so thirsty. Where is the lie? When you write about someone's newsletter that they're sending out to their customer, you are thirsty. And it says, do they even remember that Kate is outside? Yes, she did an engagement today. We're going to talk a little bit about that a little later on. But yeah, Kate is outside, but the Daily Fail, they have all the time in the world to write about Meghan sending a Thanksgiving greeting to her customers. I kid you not, and made it breaking news while Kate is outside doing a actual engagement, which is something as rare as hen teeth. But yet and still, they got all the time to cover Meghan's newsletter, a business newsletter. You cannot make this SHIT up. You can't. And as you can see, here's Kitty. She was out and about. This particular squatty said, oh, Kitty's outside with her check dress. And it's really cute. I think it's a cute dress. It's a little matronly. It definitely is, but it's okay. But I'm telling you, she is skin and bones. And when I say skin and bones, I mean skin and bones. The camera adds 10 pounds to your appearance. Can you imagine? Look at that second picture. Can you imagine she is 10 pounds smaller than that? Kate is a double size zero. I am willing to bet you that. It is amazing to me. This tiny, tiny dress is huge on her. And like squatties have been saying for such a long time, that they are just turning a blind eye to what's going on with Kitty. It is something clearly going on with Kitty, and they are pretending like they do not see it. But it is there for everyone to see. And this woman, Rebecca Russell, who writes for The Express, she had the nerve to post this. Look at this. She says the Princess of Wales steps out for key visit days after landmark speech. Y'all know what speech she's talking about. Y'all know what speech she's talking about. The one that Kate did when she couldn't stop checking her notes. It was so hard to watch. This is the same speech that in 26 seconds she checked her notes 15 times. Yes, that speech. This is what they're calling a landmark speech. I cannot. The bar is so low, it is under the ground for Kate. This woman stood up there, wiped her nose on her hand, and checked her notes 15 times in 26 seconds. But yet and still, it was a home run to them. It was out of the park for them. It was a landmark speech for them. I cannot with these people. I cannot. And this squatty commented on Kate's landmark speech and said this, a landmark speech by Kate Middleton? My God, what an exaggeration. They act as if she has just delivered the golden speech of Queen Elizabeth I all over again. The level of theatrics is almost comical. How embarrassing can it get? Exactly. I mean, it is so embarrassing at this point that I have secondhand embarrassment for them. It's just that bad. How can you call what we saw the other day a landmark speech with a straight face? These people are so ridiculous. Like this particular squatty said, it's comical at this point, and they don't know it. I mean, they have gaslit, well, tried to gaslight everybody for so long about this mediocre family. They continue to do it when the jig is up. They have already figured it out. These people are mediocre, and it is there for everyone to see. And the flying monkeys continuing to try to gaslight the people is only making it worse. I mean, people can see exactly what's going on here. They see how mediocre that family is and how very, very mediocre Kate is. I mean, that speech was nothing of a landmark. It was a landmine that blew up on that stage. It was ridiculous. And also, listen to this. You know, she had time to rehearse it because this was a made up event. They made this up to center Kitty in, and they put it in the business district in London. They set it all up for her, and she gave her a speech, and she still could not deliver. What does that say about Kate? That should tell you everything you need to know about the level of mediocrity that Kate is sitting at. I'm just saying. And I'm going to put this up. This is from the Sun, and they had a clip attached to it, and it's Katie Nichols talking about Harry. Ever since Harry and Meghan showed up at that big Hollywood party for Kris Jenner's birthday, they have absolutely been gagged. I cannot tell you. And now here she is complaining. Well, in this video, she's complaining that the reason they can't have a royal reunion with Willie and Charles is because Harry's too busy being Hollywood. And look what it says. It says Prince Harry's too busy playing celebrity to take the royal reunion seriously. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? They have talked about how they want Harry back. And if you have noticed, I'll just say I have noticed that the temperature has gone all the way down on the Harry hate. It has. It has not went down on the Meghan hate, but the Harry hate has been very, very tempered. And I start wondering what could be going on. Now, when Harry was in Canada at the same time Willie was down there in South America with Earthflop, now we got a little then, but it has died out and absolutely went down to zero just about ever since then. And after that party, I'm telling you, it killed them. It killed them, and it killed all their narratives that Harry and Meghan was unwanted in Hollywood. Nobody wanted to have anything to do with them in Hollywood. And when Harry and Meghan showed up to the biggest party of the year in Hollywood in Beverly Hills at one of the richest men in the world's home, they gagged. They did. And now all of a sudden, Harry is too busy being a celebrity to have a reunion with Willie and Charles. Can you believe that? But I'll tell you what I could not believe. Let me put it up. Look at this article after article after article that is saying that William wants Harry to come back. Look at this first one. This is from the Daily Express. It says Prince William has accelerated process of bringing Prince Harry back. They want Harry back so bad. They have put the screws to Willie, I believe. And they also see Willie is circling the drain. Him and Kate are both circling the drain. They have some serious stuff going on. Now, they pretend like they don't see it, but they see it. And that is the reason why they're so desperate to get Harry back. Look at this. What is it? The Economic Times. It says William speeds up secret plan to bring Harry back into the royal family. Royal Insider. It says Prince William agrees to accelerate bringing Harry back campaign as Andrew's ousting has placated future king. It says Prince William has reportedly agreed to help accelerate plan to bring Prince Harry back into the royal fold after almost 6 years in the U.S. Now, what y'all think about that? I'll tell you what I think about it. I think they want Harry to play the role of Captain Save-A-Ho because Harry is the only one that is left with any kind of reputation. And like usual, what they want to do is use Harry, use his respect that the people have for him, use his reputation to cleanse them. That's what it's all about. They want to be cleansed of all the slime that has been generated around J.E. and Andrew. And I'm telling you, it is sliming everybody, including the dead queen. Y'all know I had that in my podcast, one podcast back. And also, what is it, Earl of Stoughton? Him too. Yes, it is a lot of slime to go around, and they want Harry to help them clean up their mess. The mess that they made, the mess that Harry had nothing to do with. But yet and still, their go-to is to use Harry. And I think this is all it's about because that family has been totally demoralized. They are not respected anymore. I mean, they have been fully discredited as the royal family. And when I said the royal family, I'm talking about the royal family of Europe. The royal family of Great Britain used to be considered the royal family of Europe. Not anymore. They have been fully and completely discredited in every form and in every way. I mean, this whole J.E. scandal has absolutely just left their reputations in tatters. And because of that, they want to use Harry's respectability, use Harry's shine in order to try to get back to some kind of level of respect for that family. Because they have just absolutely decimated all the respect and all the deference that Queen Elizabeth built up in 70 years on the throne has just evaporated in less than 3. It is something to behold. That family is at rock bottom. And all I can say is it couldn't be happening to a better bunch of people. I love it. And I want to read this from the Irish Star. And the title of the article is Prince William Speed Up Secret Plan to Bring Harry Back into the Royal Family. And this is the synopsis. It says Prince William is reportedly becoming more open to Prince Harry returning to royal duty, a shift attributed to Prince Andrew's removal from the royal fold. King Charles's cancer diagnosis has seemingly accelerated these discussions, with speculations that Andrew's relocation could create an opening for Harry's potential return, despite his currently contentment in the U.S. And this part right here, it says King Charles and Prince William reportedly discussed welcoming Prince Harry back into the royal into royal duties, with William becoming more receptive to the proposal, a former royal insider has revealed. Well, we all know why. Because, like I said, they are hanging on by their fingernails at this point, and they are being hammered by this whole JE situation. Even the dead queen is being hammered. Y'all know I did my podcast, the last podcast, where it says the queen was a client of JE. I mean, all of this is coming out. And when the matriarch, the one that they held to the highest esteem, is being smeared as well, like Elizabeth II, those folks are in trouble. And they want Harry to come back and distract from all of this, and also put his reputation on the line to cleanse them in some way. And William knows that he is in trouble. He knows when he takes over the reins, it's going to be even worse than when Charles. Have y'all noticed he has not come out with any kind of article saying, when I become king, when I become king? I mean, it used to be like clockwork. Like once a week, once every other week, he would come out with some kind of planted story about when he became king. And when he wasn't talking about when he became king, he was talking about how much he hated Harry. And let me tell you, all of that has been froze. You don't hear any of that. Now, they still smear Meghan. They still absolutely try to drag her down, but not Harry. And none of the stories about when I become king. We all know who future dumb as a rock is, and he knows too. He knows he is in trouble. He knows I believe, I'm just saying what I believe, that he has some sort of substance problem, and Kitty is absolutely shrinking to the point where she is going to disappear. She has a really difficult situation on her hands where she can't, I mean, she doesn't have a really good relationship with food, I'll put it that way. Yes, those two are in trouble. And you're telling the world that this is who the whole monarchy's shoulder is on? They're in trouble. Like I said, they're in trouble and they know it. And that's why they want Harry. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Now, this is the stories that are going around, that William has softened to Harry. And I must say, I hadn't heard much. Like it's usually like clockwork coming out with the stories. I hate my brother. I hate my brother. When I become king, I hate my brother. None of that. And I want to put this up. This was in Cosmopolitan. And if y'all remember in my last pop-up, I talked about how Willie and Kitty was coming to the United States. Well, now we have found out why they are coming and when they are coming. Like I said, this article was in Cosmo, and the title of the article is Prince William and Kate Middleton Celebrating July 4th in USA. Won't invite Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Well, they don't have to. The 4th of July is celebrated all over the United States. They don't have to celebrate it with Willie and Kitty. I mean, it's ridiculous. But yes, this is supposedly the reason that they are coming to the United States. Now, do y'all think that Kitty Cat skinning and grinning in the one that shall not be named's face, when he came for that state dinner, you think that's how they wrangled this invitation? I'm thinking that's how they wrangled this invitation. But I digress. Yes, they're supposed to come for 4th of July of next year. Willie and Kitty in the U.S. I cannot, y'all. I just cannot. And this is what this article says. It says Prince William and Kate Middleton will reportedly travel to the United States for July 4th, The royals will help celebrate the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence, which should be a little awkward for the future King Damazarat, because if not for the Declaration of Independence, he would be the King of the United States as well. But I digress, and it says sources says Prince Harry and Meghan Markle will not be invited to any celebration. Well, I know that that is just going to break Harry's heart not to have to be in the presence of the one that shall not be named, and his sleepwalking wife. I cannot. It says Prince William and Kate Middleton are headed to the United States. New reports claim that the royal couple are planning a major trip to the U.S. right in time for July 4th, but that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are set to be iced out. Like I said, they really think Harry should feel some kind of way about that. Everything that they do, they want Harry and Meghan to be jealous of, because everything that Harry and Meghan does, they are jealous of them, and they try to copy them. So they just try and try, just try their best to try to provoke some kind of jealousy out of Harry and Meghan. But I just don't think this one is going to do it. Yeah, I think Harry and Meghan will be just fine without being in the presence of the one that shall not be named. Y'all remember when Meghan was on maternity leave and they had his first state dinner, and Meghan had a good excuse to stay at home, and that's exactly what she did. I remember old piss on moron. He was talking about how she could have just came on anyway, because I think Meghan had went to Trooping the Colors prior, and then she missed the state dinner. So, and he just had a problem with that. How come she couldn't come? Because she didn't want to. And so I don't understand why they think this is a big flex. But anyway, we have found out why and when they will be here on these very shores. And never even thought about the United States prior to this. They had been over here, I think, one time in 8 years. And Willie has been over here 2 or 3 times. I mean, enough to be able to be eligible for a green card. I cannot with these people. I can't. I keep saying that because I can't. I can't. And I'm going to put this picture up. A squatty put it up just being messy. So I am going to feature it in this pop-up because I am messy as well. And look at this. This was at the Queen's funeral. And look at Willie and Kitty, future King and Queen dumb as a rock, coming out. And this particular squatty said, Meghan is the oldest person in this photo. Yes, she is. And is that being messy or just factual? I think you can be factual and messy at the same time. I'm just saying. And if you are in America, I hope you had the best, the most biggest Thanksgiving ever. I hope you ate all you can hold and you took a nap, because that's what I did. I'm telling you, Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday, and it could not have been better. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all a little later, and happy Thanksgiving. Bye.